Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Whoa, am I frozen? Why am I immediately frozen? What happened? Oh, there we go. Jesus. I don't know what the heck happened. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bimbocatfood. If it's your first time here, a double welcome to you. And also, I love you. I am Luka, and today... Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what? Oh, that's not Lethal Company. Hold on. That's really funny. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if we just played Lethal Company more today? Hold on, let me do this really quick. Did that work? No. Did it? It did. I don't want to ruin the illusion. Even though I kind of already did. Hold on. Lethal Attorney 2. Taskbar is definitely not going to work. Is it too long? That's better. Okay. Hey, we're ready. I gotta get some friends in here. Hello?
It takes a pet, like no
Hello,
problem.
friends.
Hello.
Hello,
Right?
Meaner.
Hey,
Hello, Casty. I got
That's a great
pets.
cat right there.
The gang has reunited.
The gang is reunited. It's been a year?
I think so.
I think so. It's been a hot second. Mina has prepared something.
Oh yes, I have.
You
Would you like
have.
me to stream that to you?
Yes. I need to get that. Shut up, Lila. I knew someone would fucking do it. It's been 1 week. What? No, I don't want to set the status. Discord, shut the fuck up. Your bullshit is...
They put on. Can I request a certain song for you to put on as well? Is it too late for that?
Maybe.
Okay, that's fine. Just put on some Ace Attorney music.
What is do? Oh yeah, we don't have any music on actually. Has it been a week? I feel like it's been alright. Mina, how's your week?
It's been fine. We're both recovering from sickness, but we're being so very brave.
Excellent. So brave. You're being so brave about it. No tummy aches.
Yeah.
So
Just-
NyQuil.
A bit of a blob in my throat, which tasks me. It tasks me
Ew.
so much.
Ew. That's yucky.
But that's okay.
There we go.
We're here, and seeing as it's been as long since you played the first game as there was a release window between
Yep.
the first and second game in
Yep.
Japan,
Yeah.
I figure it would be good to reacquaint you with some of the broad strokes of the plot, so as you don't forget.
Need
Getting the
to
true
do
experience,
things.
waiting a year between games.
Yeah, exactly. I was just being authentic. Like,
Yeah.
I knew what I was doing. It was totally on purpose, and I'm good at streaming video games in a timely manner. I have to do some fine-tuning with the situation here. So I wanted... The issue with now having this specific layout that I have is that I have to make everything on brand and in theme, you know?
Yes, I understand.
This is totally blocking me now. I should have prepped this ahead of time in retrospect. Okay, I can't do this really small.
It's okay. I am totally fine with skipping the recap
Wait.
and just like.
Mina,
Mina,
I have to because I don't remember anything.
Okay.
I don't remember anything at all. Who's Ace?
Why is he so detect?
Hold on, I just have to fuck with things a lot. That's normal. That's normal on one of my streams. doesn't act... That's... Oh, there we go. And then I almost have it. Almost have it. That's probably good enough.
Okay.
I think. Oh, shit. No, it's not. So I have to crop the left and right. Shit, is this worth this? Is me doing this even worth it?
I don't know.
Nobody knows. But I'm doing it.
We're gonna try our
We're gonna try our damn best, and we're gonna be as extra as I want to be. That's probably the thing I should have done.
I like your new layout.
I do
like the cat.
also. Oh yeah, the cat videos are good. I needed to put those there. So they had to be
They're
there.
essential. They're so good.
They
Maybe
had
it's not.
they had to be there. There. We'll just
You're
get a-
Constantly need to be reminded that cats are real.
Yeah, they do in fact exist and are real.
You inspired her. We opened the stream and immediately she saw Itsuzumi and said, "I want to cosplay Itsuzumi."
Yeah, Izutsumi's so fucking good. Where the fuck is the window for... What the fuck? Well, now I'm confused. Where did Discord... Oh, there it is. Why isn't that... Now I'm confused. That would be a good-ass cosplay. This is probably fine, but it's weirding me out. So we'll do this. There. Whatever.
It can take naps and hit
That's
people.
good enough.
And it'll be completely in character.
if you do cosplay that, we need to make you a thought bubble with her face on it that you can hold above.
That
your
would be
head.
so good. That's mandatory. Okay, we are ready. I'm ready for a
All right.
PowerPoint presentation.
All right, let me just go grab my good friend, the great detective Sherlock Holmes.
Okay. You do that. Need to move the text.
Greetings, everyone. It's time to recap our first great adventure before we dive into the second.
How did you get into my apartment?
Where's he coming from?
That's the great detective's trick.
Okay, have fun. Have a good night, Warpy.
Our story begins in the Empire of Japan, right at the turn of the 20th century.
The Great Depression.
A murder most foul.
There's been a Moida.
Professor.
Oh.
A professor of medicine at UA University. The great John Wilson.
I've heard of that.
former
I've heard of
colleague
that guy.
mine, in fact,
Yeah.
was found dead in the restaurant Carnival. The only suspect, a certain Japanese university student,
That's the boy on the
was
box.
spotted
Hey, I know that guy.
holding a revolver over his deceased body. Though his good friend and possible lover,
Possible.
Kazuma Asogi, suggested he defend him in court, seeing as he was a student of the law.
Okay. Right.
Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo realized that if he were to be pronounced guilty, his friend, Mr. Asogi, would be barred from participating in his study exchange in the great empire of Britain, and he simply would not let that stand.
They were
Mr.
very good
Naruhodo
friends.
decided that he would take up his own defense in court against the dastardly prosecutor, Ouchie.
Ouchie. God. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I forgot about that motherfucker. Ryunosuke should have summoned his persona. No, he should have summoned his fucking demon because he looks like Raido Kuzunoha from Raido Kuzunoha.
Though 3 witnesses were determined to throw mud on his good name. One of them, a waiter at Carnival, turned out to be an undercover policeman, Inspector Satoru Hosonaga.
Oh, that guy
As it
died, right?
turned, he
No.
was very sick with tuberculosis, but he pulled through.
Okay. Wait, he didn't die?
He got beat the fuck up.
He got beat the fuck. Like, I remember him covered in blood, is what I remember.
We'll get to that. We'll get to his humiliating defeat later.
Okay.
For now, it seemed that the police were conspiring to cover up the presence of another individual in the restaurant. An exchange student from London
White woman spotted.
White woman.
named Giselle Brett. As for why her existence was covered up, because of the friendship treaty between the empires of the UK and Japan, it was worried that it would cause an international incident if she were implicated in this crime.
Right.
Now, there's good reason for that.
Is her name a pun?
Out of character, yes. It's because in the Sherlock Holmes stories, John Watson, like the narrator character,
Yeah.
he got his signature limp because he was shot in Afghanistan by a Jazale bullet.
Oh, I see. That's, you know what? Hey, that's a fun name.
It's a very fun name.
Yeah.
As it turned out, however, the surprise witness was not only quite familiar in the Japanese language, but quite venomous as well,
And
sporting a bigotry that would make even the most steely-lipped individual
and she has
quiver.
an actual swan on her head, like a freak.
How strong is her neck?
As strong as her convictions about the superiority of the white race.
Swans aren't heavy, right?
No, those are fat and strong birds.
Are they
I
heavy?
think if it was on your head, it would be heavy.
Oh. Huh. Well, I
It was
imagine
the
birds
signature
light.
stiff British upper lip which carried the swan.
Shut up.
However, no matter how hostile she acted, they simply could not tie her back to the crime, for she had no concrete evidence. However, one of the witnesses, a crafty pickpocket, swapped her place with another, which revealed that, in fact, John Wilson was not shot with a revolver. He was poisoned with curare,
Whoa.
a
Right?
deadly
Not
liquid
afraid at all.
which enters into the bloodstream and causes
great guy right
paralysis
there.
within mere minutes.
No way.
How did she get this in his bloodstream, you ask? Why, he had had dental work performed earlier that very same day.
Yeah.
All she needed to do was sneak some into his water, and it entered through his tooth hole, leading to an untimely demise.
Did you have to stifle a burp there?
Drinking monster, leave me alone.
I heard it.
Holmes is so tired.
Holmes is so tired.
Holmes, fuck.
All's well that ends well, even if justice can't be served. She was pronounced guilty of the crime, though her motive was never discovered. And tragically, she cannot be punished in Japan's own courts. She will be extradited to the Kingdom of Britain later on, where they can do their own due process, though, according to the judge, it is not likely that she will face severe penalties.
Yeah, because she was basically, like, she was basically in Las Vegas, right? Like that's what the British colonies were back in the day. And you don't talk about what you did in the colonies. You don't talk about it. You don't talk
Now,
about it.
With all this set behind them, Mr. Kazuma Asogi propositioned his good friend to join him on his study exchange trip to London.
Was that worded that
bringing
way on
along-
purpose?
Perhaps. Bringing along their faithful legal assistant.
Holmes, are you coming off a bender?
I have no clue what you're talking
It's
about.
the it's the
You know,
opium.
I'm-
It's the
it's
opium
okay.
again.
And that, oh.
They were joined by their faithful legal assistant, Miss Susato Mikotoba, and boarded the ship, the SS Buria,
Booyah.
Booyah!
Booyah.
bound for the British Empire. However, only a few months into their trip, tragedy strikes.
Oh no!
Kazuma Asogi is found dead from a wound to his neck.
His dick was too
sprawled out
high.
upon the floor of his cabin. Now, what killed him, you might ask?
It's that hot dick.
Fear not. The world's greatest detective is on the scene
Hey, that's you.
Hey, that's you.
and is investigating post haste. Now, with all my logic and reasoning woven into a tight little spiral of justice, what I can discover is that it was in fact a snake that killed him.
Whoa.
A speckled band. Or, no, perhaps it was just a tragic accident.
Oh.
And a ballerina from Russia, escaping the tyranny of the Empire, boarded the ship in secret.
I remember her being hot.
One day, she was also 14, so watch your tongue.
Oh. I'm
One day.
thinking of a different lady in an earlier game, to be fair.
Yeah.
So you did a Russian accent for a different character also. Did I voice? No, I voiced this one. Yeah.
No, you voiced.
I was
you
thinking
voiced
of the
Russian
character.
lady,
I was
yeah.
thinking of the character that you did the Russian
Yeah, in
voice
Apollo
for.
Justice Case
Yeah,
1.
yeah.
A
What's
tragic
that bit?
misunderstanding led to her assuming that Mr. Asogi was going to call the authorities on her. She pushed him to stop him from reaching the bell,
Yeah.
but tragically, he struck his head on the bedpost and died on the spot.
Oh no.
God rest his soul.
He left his sword, the faithful blade Karuma, to Mr. Naruhodo, and with it, his last wish to become an attorney
Oh,
in the Kingdom of England
I thought it
and
was.
discover the truth of what happened to someone, though he never specified who. With this resolve in his heart, Mr. Naruhodo studied hard for the rest of the voyage, and eventually, he and legal assistant Migotoba arrived in England.
What was it that? What
It
was
was
it
time-
that? He wrote. So I remember, like, it wasn't actually in Russian, or did she write it?
Yeah, it was. So it was the crew of the ship were covering up his death because
Right.
they were involved in the plot to smuggle her out of Russia, and they wrote wardrobe because Ryunosuke was literally in the closet
Yeah.
the entire journey.
Yeah. Right.
And it was uncovered pretty quickly because Asogi didn't speak Russian.
Yeah. No, he's very Japanese.
He's very Japanese.
Okay.
But onward to England, where a fledgling lawyer's first case awaits.
Hell yeah.
The first thing the pair did upon arriving was meet with the Chief Justice, Male
Look
Strongheart.
at that villain-ass villain.
Though he was quite disappointed in Asogi's tragic and untimely demise, he was willing to offer Mr. Naruhodo a chance to become a lawyer in his stead, provided he could pass a single test. There was a defendant, you see, a client which no lawyer was willing to take the case of. That man was Mr. Magnus McGill.
Oh, this. Oh,
very-
Stupid big hat.
I hate his hat.
A wealthy philanthropist, but also a cunning loan shark.
And a guy that uses slurs.
Yes, I believe he called Mr. Naruhodo a googer.
I called him a googer. Oh, he did do
And
that.
as for the reason no one would take this case, it was because the prosecution was the fearsome reaper of the old Bailey,
Who's that guy?
overseeing the death of a simple
Yeah,
bricklayer
that's the guy
who was
died.
stabbed to
It's
death.
okay.
Now, what reason would this humble individual have to end up in an omnibus with a knife in his stomach? And why was Mr. McGilded, the richest man in all of London, suspected of doing it?
Great
Now-
question.
You see, the challenge of the Reaper, who is returning to prosecution after 5 years away from the business, is not that he wins every case, it's that even in the cases he does lose, the defendants perish under mysterious circumstances.
Whoa.
Such is why no one was willing to take up Mr. McGilded's case. 3 witnesses, a stagecoach driver and 2 English gentlemen, were certain that it was McGilded who did the deed. However, the arrival of a surprise 4th witness dispelled all their testimony.
Oh, Gina!
The street urchin Gina Lestrade, who attempted to make a hasty getaway with a smoke bomb in the middle of a courtroom, was called to the stand. As it turned out, she also was hiding inside the omnibus on that fateful evening, though her presence was concealed by Mr. McGilded, for he wished not to get a child such as her involved.
Did we ever talk about her last name?
Not yet.
Right now she's just Gina.
Okay, so well, it's Lestrade. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Inspector Lestrade.
like Inspector Lestrade, but we haven't met
yeah.
a Lestrade yet. Another one.
Yeah. Another one, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Her
She's gonna
claims
be Emma
blew the
Skye
case-
too. She'll be Inspector Lestrade.
Her testimony blew the case wide open, though in a most peculiar way. The things she said simply didn't add up, despite the physical evidence in place, though said evidence did ultimately cast enough doubt on the accusation that it wasn't clear whether Mr. McGilded was the one who did the deed or the other 2 gentlemen up top the stagecoach.
I don't think Gina can do math, so it makes sense that things don't add up. She's like a street urchin, right? She probably can't even read.
She can barely read.
She can barely read.
So in the end, justice was served, or was it? For you see, Erok Van Zeeks, the Grim Reaper of the Old Bailey, made a shocking discovery. The omnibus which he had submitted as evidence was tampered with when Miss Lestrade's gas cloud obscured the courtroom.
Fart
Evidence-
gas.
No.
No.
The evidence was corrupt, but the jury had already pronounced Mr. McGillicuddy innocent. He was free to go, laughing and clapping as he departed the courtroom.
Womp womp.
But he wouldn't be free for very long.
Get fucked.
He was called back into the courtroom by a bailiff, who sealed him inside the omnibus as if it was set aflame. The Reaper's curse claims another.
Get fucked, idiot.
None can escape him, not even the wealthiest man in all of London.
Kill the rich. It's praxis.
Afterwards, Mr. Naruhodo and Miss Mikotoba stopped by my own residence at 221B Baker Street, where I live with my young protege/daughter, Ivan Wilson.
She's
It's
playing
true.
Minecraft in the
She's
other
playing.
room.
Yeah, she's playing Shovel Forge.
She's the real breadwinner here. Her publishing of my great adventures is what pays the bills most months.
Oh yeah.
But enough about that. It's time for the next case in the procession of bizarre happenstances. This time,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Naruhodo was put in charge of defending Mr. Soseki Natsume, a fellow countryman of the Japanese Empire, who no one would take the case of. It seems that English prejudice runs far deeper than any sense could ever hope to penetrate.
My brain fully thought that Edgar Allan Poe was in this game. It's like, hey, like Soseki's basically that kind of guy, but
He is,
Yeah.
He's the same kind of weirdo.
yeah. Anyway,
Mr. Natsume was an odd individual indeed, letting an apartment on the second floor of a rather lavish mansion, or at least it once was before its owners fell into squalor. He claimed to be haunted by a spirit which would choke him in the night.
ghost.
It caused him no lack of distress, though hardly material to the case at hand. He was accused of stabbing a young woman in the street.
Shouldn't be so funny, but it is. She was just laying there.
Yeah, that was such a funny image to suddenly have there. Oh man.
And the location where the body was found, along with him screaming and fleeing the scene upon seeing her get stabbed, thrust no small amount of suspicion onto him. Two key players in this case were Mr. John Gerardeb, a retired armyman, and his maid Joan.
Who was his wife?
Indeed,
Yes.
they posed as a high class couple, but in fact had fallen on very hard times indeed.
Is she?
Joan had to pose as his maid in order to keep up the image of their status.
Is she supposed to be
She
the
also-
son?
Sun
Yes,
and moon
they're
ass
the sun
looking
and moon,
couple.
Yeah, like
Tonight looking ass.
she has like the face of a baby, and
Yeah.
like
Remember jiggle physics?
yeah on her cheeks. It was so good.
It was found out that they had something of a domestic dispute on the night of the incident,
Oh no.
which culminated in Joan throwing no small amount of household items at John, who could only do his best to dodge with his one good leg.
God, he is Mac tonight. He so is. Oh, yeah, it's the
Further
sleepy
complicating
bitch.
matters,
Sleepy.
the police officer responsible for investigating the crime scene turned out to have illegally altered it.
No.
He moved the body so that it did not fall in his jurisdiction, allowing him a peaceful night to celebrate his anniversary with
What's his name
with his beloved.
again? Rolly.
Yeah.
My
Cabby,
brain was
all
like,
top.
his name was Parsnip.
Rolly.
His name's Parsnip to me, actually.
Parsnip.
Parsnip.
Trisha and Roly beat.
Oh, I like him.
Does he beat that puppy up?
No.
I love his. He also has the hardest line in the game, which was, "Do you suppose this is God punishing me for my sin?"
Yeah. I remember that. That was good. This game's good. Mina's dying.
All in all, in the end, it turned out that one of the items that Joan had threw at John in her frenzy was a knife, which ricocheted at a right angle off of the window pane and fell right into the victim's back. Fortunately, she pulled through, one of the few cases not to have its victim meet the grave in the end.
That's true.
So all's well that ends well, I do suppose. Joan is being imprisoned for her little outburst,
yeah.
and
God forbid women do anything.
No, she was an abusive spouse.
and Constable Beat was let off with a warning, which seems a bit light if you ask me, considering he did alter a crime scene and almost get an innocent man convicted.
I forgot that his name was. Is his name Beat?
Yeah, Rolly Beat.
Rolly Beat. Oh, because he's a beat.
his-
Because
and
he's
his
a
wife.
beat cop, and it's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and his wife Patricia,
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Patrolly.
Patrolly.
Now for the final chapter of our initial adventure.
Was
An
there a-
unpublished manuscript for an unspeakable story.
Is there a dog in this one?
Dog.
No, there was a story about a dog.
Yeah, I was like pretty sure there wasn't a dog.
Times was tough, and when times is tough, even the great detective must pawn items at the local pawn shop to make ends meet.
You gotta.
The shop was run by Mr. Pop Windabank.
I just remembered this guy threatening to kill himself with the drop of a hat. He wants to die so
Wouldn't use
fucking
his
bad.
analogy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
As it turned out, I pawned a manuscript to keep it with him in safekeeping. The Hound of the Baskervilles.
Oh.
It was the one manuscript I ordered Iris never to publish under any circumstance. And Gina was determined to prove that I was simply being a filthy liar about it. She popped into the pawn shop looking for a most peculiar item. A coat. Pawned by none other than Magnus McGill on the night of his arrest.
Whoa.
What could this innocent little urchin want with a dead man who's also a murderer's coat?
Deadman.
A deadman.
Deadman.
And it seemed like quite the popular item as well. Out of nowhere, the CEO of racism himself
White man
showed up.
spotted! It's Mr. Egg Salad.
Egg salad.
First, he attempted to retrieve the coat via subterfuge, and when that failed, he pulled a gun, threatening all in presence to give him the coat. Fortunately, the same revolver which Mr. Windabank often used to threaten his own life was turned against this man,
Yeah!
and he was forced to leave empty-handed.
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
can wave a gun around in this show. And it's only ever gonna be pointed at me, so it's fine.
So it's okay.
As it turned out, what he was after wasn't the coat itself, but what was in the pockets of the coat.
It's like a little disc,
A couple
right?
of music box discs.
Yeah.
Quite bizarre indeed.
Very strange.
Later that night, Windabank was found dead in the shop, and more importantly, yours truly
No!
was put to the side.
Herlock
That's so
Sholmes and that other guy. What was his name?
Unfortunately, the only suspect was Gina, who was found sealed inside of a locked room with Mr. Windabank.
Gina, how could
A
you?
revolver thrust into her hand.
Gina, what the hell?
Gina, how could you do a locked room murder? Gina!
It turned out that Mr. McGill had enlisted her with a special purpose.
She's doing a TikTok street interview.
Magnus on the street. It's what urchin.
Name a
What
woman!
would you do if I gave you 2 quid right now?
Name a woman!
Name a bird for 2 quid.
Oh, I love that.
Unfortunately, our little legal team was operating at less than full capacity with me in the hospital, and Miss Susato called back to Japan on short notice. Apparently, her father had fallen ill and requested her return post-haste.
That's the Zaddy, right?
She let...
I like how what she's thinking of has nothing
Yeah,
to
that
do
is
with
the Zaddy.
That is the Zaddy.
Ryunosuke was having to go at it alone. He entered the court to find his first witnesses of the day,
Hey,
the Skulkin brothers.
what does Zaddy mean?
Zam, daddy.
Is that what it?
What?
Is that not? That's not
I
what
don't
it
know.
means.
I don't fucking know.
Zaddy, Zaddy, Violet said it too. We got Mario and Luigi here.
Indeed. the horrible Skelton brothers, Nash and Ringo, who seemed rather insistent that my good friend, the detective, was their third missing brother.
Oh, yeah.
Tobias Gregson is no fool. He shut them down with evidence and claims, and Mr. Naruhodo was able to tie the Skulkin brothers to the scene of the crime.
Facts and logic.
In fact, their loose lips revealed the presence of a third individual that night.
They sank ships.
The gentleman from the shop, who turned out to be
He's hitting it from the back.
turned out to be a telecommunications officer by the name of Ashley Graydon.
God, I wish that were me.
Shut up.
Had been making a deal with Magnus McGilded, encoding government secrets onto music box discs and selling them to the man for a very pretty penny indeed.
I could fix him.
When Graydon's father, the unfortunate victim of the earlier case, Mr. Mason Milverton, stepped in to get his son out of this illicit business, withholding the final music disc from McGilded. McGilded, in a rage, stabbed him to death, and when Graydon found out, he used his connections to arrange Mr. McGilded's untimely end by fire. It was all a tragic set of circumstances spurred on by greed. And to make matters even worse, in order to retrieve the secrets that Graydon was threatening to spill, Tobias Gregson made a deal with the man, offering him information that would exonerate him from from suspicion
Gregson.
in exchange for the music disc boxes back.
How could
Mr.
he?
Naruhodo was able to discover this duplicitousness, though, with the help of Susato's last gift, a cat flap door maker.
So these
As
two
it turned
models
out-
look like they're from different games.
Yeah.
In this specific screenshot. Like Gregson looks like he's from a Telltale game.
I think they used a lower res model for Gregson to
They- yeah.
have them both interact with each
They
other.
must have, yeah.
Gregson looks like he's from Hello Neighbor.
You're so right.
The only way out was for Mr. Naruhodo to threaten to play the music boxes in court. And when he did, he was barred from practicing law again after such flagrant disregard of national secrets. Though I personally respect his decision greatly.
I do too. He's swag.
Choosing the freedom of an innocent woman over something as petty as state secrets is far more noble an endeavor. The case wrapped up just in time for the gang to go and see Mr. Sato off.
Oh.
They caught up to her at the docks just before she boarded the last ship out of London. And with her and Iris's help, we managed to decipher the secret of the music discs. They spelled out 4 names: A. Shin, J. Wilson,
Oh yeah.
K. Asogi, and T. Gregson.
Oh
What could
yeah.
that possibly mean?
Gregson's gonna
What does
die.
it mean? I don't know 2 of these names.
Gregson's gonna die.
With these lingering mysteries hanging in the air, Susato departed back to Japan, leaving everyone else to ponder whether or not all these cases could potentially be connected.
Did I?
We'll just have to see in the next adventure.
Which starts now.
It starts right now,
Yeah, let's do it. Hold on. I have to stream to you now.
baby. Yeah.
I need to get this off my screen. There we go. So much going on all the time on my streams. So much work. You have no idea. There we go. I need to stream to you. Boom. A stream has happened.
I'm joining said stream.
Hella. I need to move my OBS back over to where it goes. It is overstimulation, Lila.
You should try Doritos for the first time ever in your life.
Wait, what?
I said Shom should try Doritos.
Shom should try Doritos. Shom's eat a Dorito. Come on,
Shom's eat a
Shom.
Dorito. We are pointing a gun at you. We know you've had crack, it's fine.
Please.
No. the ASMR. He just starts choking.
It is time.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution
Anime.
washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
Bang.
Who died? Oh.
I think this is the first game. I think you're playing
No,
the first game.
no, I didn't know. I did too.
Isn't it?
Yeah, isn't this a recap?
Maybe? I don't know, keep watching.
Let's see.
But for one man, the turbulence of
Yeah.
that era was just
Yeah,
the
this is the
beginning
first game.
of an extraordinary
What?
story.
Well, shit. Here we
I
go
swear
again.
I was on 2. No! I fucked it. I need to leave. We need to leave. Get me out of here. Let's save. You know. Just in case I ever want to play the game again. Okay, select adventure. I was literally on... No. This is the music that we were listening to.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We're time traveling. How far ahead is this? Is this like immediately after?
It's a few months after the end of the first game because Sato's already home, which would have taken a 3-month voyage.
Right. I'm not redoing the game for your benefit. That's what the PowerPoint was for, Zarboil. Also mine.
Oh, am I supposed to be reading this?
If you
No.
want.
Is it... It's that guy.
Okay, I'll probably should probably read it.
I've no
No.
doubt at this very moment.
But then there's
Despite
two.
his
But then
some
there's
noble
two
cause.
voices happening, and that's disorienting.
Is there?
Yeah. Oh, you can't hear it?
No?
Oh
It's
no!
just me for us.
Why is it? Why is it silent
so
for
funny.
you? Why?
That's okay. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Well-
It's not gonna be a big deal because we're just gonna end up voicing
Yeah.
the whole game. But yeah, but could you hear the music and stuff?
Yeah, we just heard the music. I didn't know
Oh,
she was
that's
talking.
so
That's why I was
weird.
like, oh shit.
Oh, Discord did that with Are the options per game? What do you mean? Wait, can chat not hear the voice either?
I mean, if this is what's being streamed, then we probably can't.
It's not. Discord is different. Oh my god. Why are video games like this?
Fucking technology.
Fucking technology. I hate it. How do I get it to you on Discord then while we're trying to figure that out? Because I know how to solve it for OBS already. Is it... Turn this off. 'Cause I think that's what did it. You can't hear music. You can. Oh yeah, chat can hear music. Yeah, that's weird. Hold on. Do this. And do this.
Peanut butter jelly.
So I think the last time this would happen when I was playing FF14 with Vi, where sometimes audio would just completely fucking break, and I think it was hardware acceleration. I think. Let's see. And then I just have to do this for chat. Can you hear voices now?
No, it's okay. We'll just finish the cutscene.
Okay. I think chat has it now. Yeah. Wait,
Oh.
wait, what?
Oh shit.
Is she dead?
Why is she dead?
Well, who cares?
Well, yeah, she
give a
sucks. Who
fuck?
give a fuck?
Dogs don't care.
Yeah,
That takes me back.
that's a great meme.
I love the title card of this one.
This is a really good
the
title
meantime-
card.
All right, let me see if exiting and rejoining fixes it.
Okay. People die when they are killed? What? Since when?
No, it's bizarre. We can't hear the sound effects either.
Okay, hold on. I'm turning our hardware acceleration back on. And then I will do... Oh, wait, I'll do this. Then I'll do this. Okay. Can you hear it now?
No, I can't hear the.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I can hear the music just
What
fine.
the? Hey, Capcom, what's up?
One sec. Let me leave the chat like the call.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would have to actually. Well, hold on.
Hit the sleigh button.
Do what? You hear that?
No, I can't hear any of the text beeps at all.
Hmm.
Why?
Why? Oh, this. That would be why. That would exactly be why. Okay. How about now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, everybody that within the reach of my voice, go into your Discord settings and turn off use an experimental method to capture audio from applications. Cause the experiment ain't working.
That's shitty, yeah.
So cool. when
So
things-
cool. Thanks, Discord. You're great. You're a great platform. And I would be so sad if something else came and took your spot. like you did to Skype. I'd be so sad. Anyway.
Oh my god.
This is just
Yanosuke's pregnant.
this is Susato.
No, I was reading. Here I am again after 9 months. Ryunosuke's pregnant.
Damn.
Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Sorry, you say it.
Who
you
got Ryunosuke pregnant? Was it Sholmes?
Asogi, obviously.
Wait,
Oh no, his baby daddy
wait. Oh, I see.
Tell me they didn't fuck on that boat?
You're right.
Day one.
You're so right.
I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself.
Oh, it's the Zaddy.
Oh, stop!
Was that you, Mina?
No, that was you.
I don't remember voices for shit. I think did I just try to do Jameson Price for this motherfucker?
You absolutely did.
Yeah, okay. Oh, good, you're here. It doesn't do for a lawyer to be late.
Oh yes, good morning, sir.
I hardly recognize you. You cut a fine figure, Counsel. Okay. But you look as white as a sheet, and those wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either.
Oh dear.
Lila, shut up!
What am I saying? What are they saying?
Lila's? Yeah. Not great.
The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous. I feel utterly nauseated. I almost
Damn.
wish that I'd never been born.
Okay.
Shit, okay.
Goodness, not the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say.
She really is a teenager. Eugene Mikotaba, professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University. A man who earlier in his life traveled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science. And of course, my brilliant father.
He does have a skunk haircut. Who dis?
Excuse me.
Who dis? Oh, who's that?
You should play her. You would have a good voice for
Wait,
her.
I should?
Yeah.
Okay. Would I be correct in thinking that you're to be my lawyer in court today?
Yes. Yes, that's right, miss.
Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear on my life, it's a complete fabrication, this whole thing. I like her.
Ray Mambami, born the same year as I, and my
Oh,
closest friend.
wait. I always see what they're doing here. It's like the case with Athena and Juniper.
Yeah.
Though unusual for a woman in our time. Crazy. She works at the university research laboratory, helping my father.
A woman?
I say laboratory now.
A woman doing science? That's illegal. You can't do that.
Women in STEM?
What?
And sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial. Accused of committing a truly awful murder.
That sucks.
Are you feeling all right? Since we started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flushed.
Oh, yeah? Oh, my. It's just that you look so gallant and dashing.
Sorry?
Sorry? And when I fall under your intense gaze, it makes me feel rather bashful. Hello? Hello? What's up?
Goodness, I don't think she knows.
I don't think she knows she's gay.
She doesn't realize who I am. I'm your best friend, you dumb bitch.
It would seem our little plan for this trial is going to work. Oh, what do you mean, Professor Mikotoba? If even your best friend can't see through the disguise, I think we can relax. Disguise?
I love the slight.
Yeah, just like the slow
rotation that
turn.
the sprites do sometimes. Yes, I've never tried dressing this way before, of course, so I wasn't sure how convincing it would be. But this does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father.
Father?
She's slow. It's okay.
What? Is that you, Susato?
I'm so sorry I didn't say something sooner, Ray. It's just that...
Wait, is she Larry Butts? No! What are you doing? What's going on? What? That varsity uniform, that varsity cap, that varsity cape, that varsity badge. Look at you. You look for all the world just like a student of the Imperial Yume University is not an easy thing to say really fast.
It's not.
No.
A male student.
I'm so glad you think so.
You should when you actually get into court, hon, you should do your boy voice.
Yeah, she
Oh,
like
God.
tries to make it, at some point she's like, oh, I should sound.
Is it like
Yeah.
like fucking Mulan?
Yeah, it fully is.
Great, awesome.
It means all my preparations have been worthwhile. I woke at 4 this morning to make a start.
God damn.
Except the gay subtext is just text this time.
Yeah. But I don't understand. Why are you dressed like that?
Well, you see, Garman ass writing.
It was the only way. There was no time. The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take on your defense in this trial. My defense? Only men can be lawyer. Wait, what?
Wait, it's
That's a Susato line.
Never before in my life have I felt so frustrated at having been born into this body. Courts in Japan are barred to women. We're not even allowed to set foot inside the courtroom. Stupid
Susato is trans now.
Trans master Susato, good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Despite the fact that all the laws on the land apply to all people, male and female. alike.
Oh, yeah, that's fucked up. That thought hadn't occurred to me. It's like women can't be lawyers, but the law does still apply to you. But women are forbidden.
As for today, I'll be leaving my true self at the courtroom door. So that I can act as your lawyer.
Oh, Susato, you go to such lengths for me?
Yo, these bitches gay.
Of course, we're in love.
You're my greatest friend.
You're my girlfriend.
I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve.
Oh no, I have complete faith in you.
Right.
It's so strange, though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already. And yet, just because you're a woman... What a wretched reason! I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing! Kiss me!
Ray. Please don't look at me like that, with those flushed cheeks and doting eyes.
This is the gayest Ace Attorney has ever been, and that's insane.
Which is saying something.
That's really saying something. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you really do look so dashing.
She likes butches. Yes, you mentioned that once or twice. These bitches gay. Good for them.
You should be pleased. It means you look convincing as a man.
I am pleased, I think. It certainly helped to bolster my confidence.
I'm actually
today.
a
What
little...
a supportive dad telling his son he passed as well.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a bit more pleased than I actually expected I would be, and I don't want to unpack this right now.
Ray. You're managing to put a brave face on all of this, but I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped, and how you're trembling ever so slightly.
Damn, okay.
So you noticed a lot about her, huh?
Susato, you do believe me, don't you? I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder.
Of course. You have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean.
Wow, you don't
That's
you
good
don't
to
know
know
what
for me.
other shit she gets up to.
Isn't that right?
She's like writing fanfic of Naruhodo and Sholmes. It's like, no, you're
And then sending that to them in the mail.
yeah, it's like erotic fan fiction. It's like, they'll like this, right? Yes, it is. Perfectly clean.
I have absolutely no doubt in my mind. Doubt in my mind about your innocence. Dite.
Date.
Dyke.
Date.
Ooh.
I've absolutely no doubt in my doubt in my mind.
Which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end in this trial. Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side. Because that's what it means to be a defense lawyer.
Yeah! That means so much to me, Susato.
Defendant, counsel. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
Oh, there's a cursor
Let's
on my
go,
screen.
lesbians.
You should go in at once, Ray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty.
Oh. That sucks. Stand aside!
I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast.
It is a good thing those guards didn't hear anything.
None of their business.
It's like, I'm just gonna mind my own.
Well, Susato, you've clearly surprised you certainly surprised your father, going to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom, and with no prior experience of being a lawyer.
That's not necessarily true.
There was simply no other way. That's all there is to it.
You must understand, Father, there was no time.
There was no
There was no
time!
time. But Father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this.
Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her. It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take her case.
Ah, fuck. Ah, beans.
I didn't want to burden her with that.
And is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case? Is it really because of who the victim was?
We should be making a move now, too. As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student.
Thank you, Father.
Is he gonna be the weird girl for this case? Susato gets a weird girl, and it's her dad.